Hello, my gorgeous Geminis. Welcome to Amethyst Moon Tarot. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for all of your likes, your comments, your shares. Um, Thank you for anyone who bought me a coffee. It really means the world to me. It definitely helps the channel grow, get more cards, get better messages out there. If you are new here, welcome to the madhouse that can become my readings. Um, Gemini, this is your weekly-ish reading. So we're looking at the week of July 27th, August 2nd, but please remember that my hands are not working. Please remember that time is not linear. So, take this as it speaks to you. Could be for the next few days, could be a little bit longer. However it resonates most for you. This is for all Geminis watching. So if you're watching this and none of the messages make sense to you, that's totally fine. It could be that this one is not for you this week. Could also mean that you are here to see the message to share with someone else. Maybe you are meant to be the guide for somebody else in your life for this week. So let's start with an oracle card. This will give us the overall theme, overall feeling for what to expect for this week. So week of July 20. All right, that's twice, so we're going to take this one. Your dreams are never farther than you can reach. All right, this seems to be an ongoing theme today for everyone. We're going to get the tarot to clarify, but this is just the universe letting you know that nothing is impossible. This is the universe letting you know that if you really, truly want something, you can get it. You can achieve it. You can turn an idea into reality. It does take work. It does take determination. But let's get the tarot, see what clarification we can get on this. So we're going to go with current mindset for the week. Okay. Excuse me. All right, Three of Wands. Your dreams are never farther than you can reach. And the Three of Wands seems like you're waiting. You're looking out into the ocean and waiting for that perfect wave, or maybe you're waiting to see that shooting star. You're waiting for that sign, that message. We're going to keep going, of course, but if your dreams are never farther than you can reach, then it feels almost silly to be waiting, right? Let's see what the rest. Okay. Our hopes and our fears are the Sun, which is the happiest deck in the card. Happiest deck in the card. Yeah. Okay. Happiest card in the deck. Okay. Your obstacles is the Ten of Wands, which is a beautiful obstacle because Ten of Wands speaks about putting down a burden, an unnecessary burden, or maybe a burden that, is just no longer yours to carry. Your foundation is strength. Absolutely. All right. Queen of Wands as your environment. Okay. This is looking like you're letting something go. You're dropping something that is not working for us. All right. The Hermit in your future and advice. One more for that. Okay. Okay, the Hermit and the Hanged Man have come up now. I think this is the third time where they've come up together. Not in the same placement, but where they are connected to one another. So I don't know what is going on this week for everybody, but there seems to be something going on big for all of us. And our surprise from the universe is the Ten of Swords. Again, letting things go. This is about being stabbed in the back, but this is also about letting go of that negative mindset. Okay. All right. So again, we've got a sense of waiting, waiting for a sign, a signal, waiting for the perfect wave, waiting for that boat. Um, it looks like you're trying to take the step forward, but there might still be a touch of anxiety, or maybe something that you've been working on other than what's going on in your environment right now, what's happening around you right now. Maybe you've kind of had to put things on hold, put things on a pause for a little bit. There were other priorities. Your hopes and your fears is the Sun. Again, the happiest card in the deck. This is just joyful and beautiful, and it's calm and it's peace at the same time. With your 10 of Wands as your obstacles, this is a burden that you have had to carry. But if you notice, yeah, she's got all of them here. She's carrying them all on her own, but she can just put them up right here if she wants to, right? Just put them on his back. She doesn't have to carry them. And it feels like you haven't been able to let go of something. Okay? If that's a person, a situation, a project, put that where it belongs for you. But it feels like you haven't been able to let go of something. And maybe that's why you're waiting, right? You're waiting for that perfect opportunity. You're waiting for that perfect moment, that perfect wave before you can drop this. You want to be happy. You want to be this bright, shining sun in your own life and for the people around you. But I'm getting the sense of you have too much responsibility to let it go on your own. And it feels like you might be waiting for someone else to help you. And the one thing I can say for sure is if you don't ask for help, you won't get help. Especially since the sun is here. I'm getting this sense of just wanting to break out into song. And if you're a singer, that would be amazing if you broke out into song. But it's the feeling that I'm getting, right? Is that you're like a little kid on Christmas Eve and you're bouncing around and you're just waiting and you can't sleep because Santa's coming and you can't wait to see Santa. And you know you should go to sleep because if you aren't asleep, then Santa won't come. But you really want to see Santa, right? And it's that sense of just I have to do what's right. I have to go to sleep or Santa won't come, but I really, really, really want to see Santa. That's the first example that popped into my head. But, you know, it's just a visual. It's just a way for me to express the images that I'm getting. So for our foundation is strength. And yeah, see, you've always had to be the strong one. That's what it feels like to me. You are the one. Now, maybe you're a parent. Maybe you're an oldest sibling. Maybe you're the boss, team lead, whatever it may be. And you have always been strong enough to carry the burden. And it feels to me like it's never really felt like much of a burden for you, right? Because you've got your environment as the Queen of Wands. With strength, even with the 10 of Wands, the Queen of Wands is beautiful. She is energetic. She's happy. She's passionate. She trusts her instincts. She trusts her environment because she creates her environment, right? She is the queen of her own universe. And that's not to say that she's ruling everything, but she has a sense of knowing what is right because she trusts her gut and she does follow that. Um, and she can just kind of knows instinctively that she's on the right path, right? What I'm getting with this is that you've always, or up until now, or maybe this is recently, but you've had to put what you want on hold. Not as a burden. It could be a burden, but as a responsibility, right? You've had to put your own hopes and dreams on hold. You've had to put your own desires on hold, and you're just waiting for that signal to come. You're waiting for an outside entity to tell you to get started, right? But with your advice and your future being the Hermit and the Hanged Man, it's time to stop waiting. These are both very internal cards, right? These are both about taking a pause. It's about stopping and slowing down and finding that clarity. It's about letting new opportunities, letting new thoughts, new ideas, new cycles, letting that into your mind. You don't necessarily have to move forward with any of it. And I'm truly feeling like right now for this week, it is not the time to move forward with it. I'm feeling that there is still a lot of shadow work that needs to be done. There is still a lot of research you might need to do. Feels, with the surprise being the Ten of Swords, Gemini, you truly do want to let this go. Whatever this burden is, whatever this thing that you've had to have the strength for, the clarity for, whatever it is you've been waiting for, it really feels like the universe is asking you to have a different perspective on it. It feels like you have to remove the swords. So with the the traditional tarot cards, this guy's lying on his stomach and he's got all the swords stabbed in his back. But the thing about the Ten of Swords is that you're 1 second away from someone pulling them all out, right? You're 1 second away from feeling the relief of not having been stabbed in the back. I'm definitely get the feeling of the advice from the universe is that this burden is almost ready to be put down, and to not wait for somebody else, something else to tell you when it's time to put it down. Only you can truly know when it's time to go from one phase of your life to another phase of your life. You're the only one who's going to know when you're ready to start a project, start a relationship, start whatever situation that might be. Plug it in where it belongs best for you. But what I'm feeling is, even though this burden may have been with you for a little while, it hasn't dampened your desire to let it go. It hasn't dampened your desire to go after your dreams. Just because let's say you've always been the one that's been responsible for people around you, whether or not that's a parental figure again, or an older sibling or the boss or however that is. It really feels like right now is not the time to make a huge decision on anything going forward. It does feel like if you've been feeling like you've had to be extra strong. Hello, Susie Q. If you've had to be extra strong for the last little while, you won't need to be soon, right? Help is going to come soon. Assistance is going to come soon. Your direction is going to be clear very, very soon. Really. You're just going to walk through. Okay, well, Susie Q, I think, agrees with that. She's very curious about what mommy is doing right at the moment. Yes, my sweetheart. I know. So, Gemini, right now, I would say the biggest message for you is don't rush, but get yourself ready, right? Get yourself ready for something amazing to come through. Would you stop, silly bum? All right, she needs extra cuddles right in the moment. All right, Gemini, I hope that whatever this burden is, that it's something that you are able to solve easily. Even if it's, would you not walk all over them? Thank you, my darling. Yeah, a little bit of a pause is still required. You're not quite ready to put this burden down. You're not quite ready to say goodbye to it. But it's coming. You're moving in that direction. So, Gemini, I hope this helps. I hope this gives you some clarity for your upcoming week. And, let me know in the comments if this spoke to you. If this resonated with you, hit that thumbs up button. If you'd like, hit that subscribe and that notification bell as well so that you can get your readings every week. If you would like a personal reading, my contact information is in the description box. It is just an email at the moment. Website is in the future, but is not ready yet. Gemini, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you all soon. Hugs and kisses.